Okay, so we are going to make a flower crown real quick. And this is my preferred method. You can also make them like a really long extended corsage. But I like this method because it's a little more stable, I think, and you've got a wire base to it. So you start out by doing two 24 gauge wires or another wire of similar size and floral tape those. And then you take, and I've got two here that are already floral taped. So I'm going to take these two floral taped wires and I'm going to cross them at the end, about 1.5 inches or so from the end. And then I'm just going to wrap them around each other. And all I'm doing is extending that length, but I'm doing it in line, like so. And you want to make sure you don't have any wires sticking out on either side. You can re-floral tape this section if you want to, just to make sure that those ends aren't going to stick out and poke somebody. And then you're going to go to one end and we're going to fold it over and make a loop. And then I'm going to twist that loop like so. Now this is going to be the end and it's going to go back here. So then you will size it. So you're going to wrap it around like so. And you do not want your two loops. You're going to make another loop. You don't want those two to meet. You want a little bit of a gap in there so that we can make this adjustable. I just lost my glasses. So you're going to fold that over, make another loop, and then trim off your extra wire. Now this next part, you can use like a paddle wire, you can use bullion, you can use, this is my preferred, you can get this waxed string at wholesale. Sometimes they carry it. It's becoming a little harder to find. Or if you don't have that, you can take floral tape and you can make what's called air tape. So you're going to take your floral tape, stretch it, and then you're just going to twist it on itself until you get like a string, and you can use that as well. So for today, because that's what I had, I made a big long piece of air tape. So here is my wire. And I'm going to take my air tape or my paddle wire or bullion wire, whatever you're choosing to use, and I'm going to overlap them to where this string is hanging down just a little bit so I can grab it with my hand. And then it's going to hang down all the way to the ground. You need it to be pretty long. And then you should have a few pieces of flowers already cut. So today I've got some delphinium. And remember, a flower crown is going to be one-sided because you want all those flowers to stick out towards the outside. So I'm going to take my piece of flowers, and I've got a little bit of a stem on it, and I'm going to lay it in line with my wire. And then I'm going to take my string, the long part of my string, and wrap it around a couple times to bind it. And then I'm going to add another little flower with a stem. You can do a bigger piece than this. This one, I had it originally a little bit longer, but that piece fell apart. And then as you're going, you're going to tuck in, this is the end of my string. It's going to tuck in and be wrapped in with the stems and that piece of wire that you have as your base. So you're just going to add another piece, do a couple wraps, find another piece, lay it on there, do a couple wraps, and you just keep going with that method. As you're going, pay attention to where your center is going to land. So you might go ahead and pre-mark this with like a little floral tape flag or something so you don't forget where this is at, because this is going to be, if you wanted to have like a larger flower or something like that for your focal point, you want to make sure you get that centered really well. And you'll want to make sure that you're paying attention to where that's going to be. So just flag it as you're going. Otherwise, you just add a flower, do some wraps. Add a flower, do some wraps, all the way down to the end. And then when you get down here to this end, you can add a flower going back the other direction. So it'll kind of hang off the end and hide all of your little stems. And you might have to do one or two, and then you'll do a couple wraps and then tie it off. And then to be able to wear this, you're going to take 2 pieces of curling ribbon, and they'll need to be probably 8 inches or so. So you'll tie one end onto here, it'll hang down, and you'll have a piece on both ends, and you can take both of those pieces of curling ribbon and the people can adjust it and tie it together back here so that they can have it as loose or as wide as they need. Hope this helps. Bye.